So let's go ahead and do the experiment. Our amazing technicians have made for me a 0.1 molar HCl solution, and they're a bit sloppy doing it intentionally. So I'm not expecting the concentration to be exactly 0.1. So let's see exactly what it is, shall we? So first thing I'm going to do, accurately weigh out some sodium carbonate. That's going to be our base that we use in order to determine how much acid is needed to react with it. And notice I say accurately weigh out, and then anhydrous sodium carbonate. Anhydrous means no water. There's a question about that in the post lab. Dissolve in ionized water added to that volumetric flask that we discussed earlier. You need to make sure your Na2 is added to and dissolved in the solution, because of course we've accurately weighed how much sodium carbonate we have, and if we don't add it all in, if sort of a little bit gets splattered around or whatever, well then we no longer know the accurate mass of it. Pipette some of that into a conical flask or beaker, add 5 drops of an indicator, methyl orange, rinse clean burette with the HCl solution, and then titrate the sodium carbonate with the HCl, and the end point will be when the color changes from yellow to orange. And then repeat as needed to get consistent results. As I said, very, very straightforward, simple experiment. So let's do it in little bits. So accurately weigh approximately 2.75 grams of anhydrous sodium carbonate. That's probably as close as I've ever made it to 2.75 grams. I'm very proud of myself with that one. Anyway, so we've done that. Dissolve it in ionized water, add it to a 250 ml volumetric flask, making sure it's all dissolved. Add enough water to get to the 250 milliliter point. Here's my volumetric flask, and you can see there is the top right there. You can't see the line very well, but it's right there nicely. So that's my volumetric flask, 250 cubic centimeters that had 2.7448 grams of sodium carbonate dissolved in it. I'm going to take 10.0 cubic centimeters of solution using a pipette. Pipettes, of course, as we've talked about in previous experiments, a very, very precise way to measure solution. Add 5 drops of an indicator, methyl orange, and because its name is methyl orange, it is of course a yellow solution because we are in base. Rinse a clean burette with HCl and fill it. So here's my filling. I'm starting off, there's the meniscus there, starting off at about 0.2, right? Didn't get it all the way up to 0. Now I'm going to titrate the sodium carbonate solution with the HCl. Endpoint will be when color changes and remains for at least 20 seconds from yellow to orange. There is my orange solution, and that happened when I was here at about 24.1 cubic centimeters on the burette.